What's up, YouTube? Nashi22 here, and I thought today that I would actually go over something that my brother and some friends of I have been doing. And it was inspired by AMC Movie Talks March Madness tournament. Well, actually, an animated madness tournament. So my brother and I thought to ourselves, looking at these lists, we were like, actually, we feel like some of them were left out. And I couldn't understand it. So what we did was we decided to start coming up with our own top 32. And we did. We came up with our own, and it didn't take us too long, actually. It maybe about a day or two. So then after doing it, we randomly selected the matchups instead of pairing them but by the first seed versus the 16th or anything like that. We actually just went and randomly chose the matchups, so we got some interesting matchups going. And then about partway through, I realized that we were actually not spending enough time going through each, not only just through each round, through each matchup, but I don't think we spent enough time actually picking what should be in the top 32. So we kept some of the matchups the same because there were some movies where we felt like, yeah, they actually do work. But there were some that we were actually questioning, and there's movies that we hadn't yet seen. So that's really what we started doing is we started using Netflix and going back and watching some of these movies that we might not have considered as strongly before. But in any case, I want to get into the first round, because I want to see what you guys really feel at the end of this. And truthfully, there may not really be anyone watching this. And if you do, I really appreciate it. I love film. Let's just start off with that. I absolutely love film. I watch movies all the time. I have quite the collection. And I've started gearing more towards really looking at some of the movies. And that doesn't mean that I'm ruling somehow or not watching some simply because, they're more fun than they are, inspirational or anything like that. Like, it just means that I have a different appreciation of movies than I even did. And so part of this is like, I don't rule out movies simply because of what they are. I will watch watch any number of movies, and animated is among that. Like, I love watching animated movies, especially some of the the older Disney ones are really good. But anyway, so the first round that we actually discussed we discussed Lion King versus Mulan. And Mulan actually wasn't in the previous tournament I mentioned. And I thought it should be. I thought Mulan's a really, really good movie. And they're actually thinking, I believe they're going to adapt that into a live action version for Disney. So that should be pretty good, pretty interesting. But anyway, and the categories we went through were plot, main character, side characters, songs, humor, villain, cast, romance, memorability, and themes. And we broke down each one, and we discussed the positives and negatives of which one we thought should win that category. And let's start off with plot. Plot, we actually decided went to Lion King. We thought Lion King was more or less the better plot, and that's mostly because it has more of a family tie to it, whereas Mulan's kind of a broader thing. Mulan has a little bit to do with the family at the very beginning, but it's not something that carries throughout the movie, whereas Lion King does, and I think it's done really well. And of course, Lion King was kind of inspired from Hamlet, so there is that. Main character we gave to Mulan. I think that was pretty obvious one. She's just such a strong character Not just a female character. She's just in general. She's just a very strong character, and very likable. And we gave songs to Lion King. You got Circle of Life, and I just can't wait to be king. Hakuna Matata. Be Prepared's kind of a lesser one, but all the same. And Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And all these are really, really strong songs. So humor we gave to Mulan. Okay, you can't really go past Eddie Murphy. He had a lot going in that. Villain we gave to Scar, because Scar had a bit more character to him. Whereas Mulan's the villain from Mulan was just kind of there. Like he looked intimidating, but he just didn't have much going for him. At least Scar had so much personality to his, as well as being evil. Cast we also gave to Lion King, and cast is essentially what characters in the movies, what voices did we feel could not really be replaced in a great manner, to which we wouldn't notice. Like, for example, going with Mulan here, we'd have Eddie Murphy as Mushu. I know the voice was different in Mulan too, but it was very noticeable that way. And Lion King, you have Mufasa as James Earl Jones, or Matthew Broderick as Simba, or Jeremy Irons as Scar, and even Whoopi Goldberg as one of the hyenas. You have voices like that really, really stand out there. Romance we gave to Mulan. It was more subtle, and it's one of the few Disney movies where they just didn't automatically throw you in there with it, and it slowly kind of develops over time. And at the end of the movie, they're having tea. I mean, that's a pretty small point, and yet it works really well throughout the movie. So there's that. Memorability went to Lion King pretty easily. From the opening scenes with the Circle of Life to Mufasa's death, to even Scar during the Be Prepared song when he's sitting there looking down at the hyenas, and it's kind of a Nazi type scene going. So you just have those. And themes we gave to Mulan, because with the whole, be yourself kind of thing, and that women, can do basically anything. Like, it's kind of the whole going against society thing. It was really, really strong in that. But overall, Lion King got 6 to Mulan's 4. So Lion King ended up winning that one and moving on to the next round. And I personally, I like them both. I don't think it would be on this list if we didn't like them, or at the very least appreciate them. But I do like Lion King a lot more. I do think it's a more solid movie. And I don't know how many Mulan fans are actually out there. Hopefully there's quite a few of you guys. But I was just, that's the one that ended up working. That's the one that ended up winning, and I think rightly so. I think it deserved to. But in any case, I wanted to get your guys' opinions. Should Lion King have won over Mulan, or should Mulan have won? Or do you personally not like either one? And the other thing I wanted to ask is, what would you feel, what animated movies do you feel would be in a top 32? Like, what do you think is really strong enough to be up there? 'Cause I I don't want to go over the list yet. I'd rather get your opinions first. Again, not sure how many people are listening, and this is my first time actually using a microphone. So I'm not sure how well the voice quality will come over. But I do want to know from you guys, which one do you think is better? And really why? And what movies would you put in the top 32, and what movies kind of in that sense resonate with you? But anyway, if you've gone through and listened to this, I really appreciate it. Hopefully, you'll give this a thumbs up and give me some comments here, and also comment about how good of a job you think I could do, or any improvements I might do in the future. But anyway, thanks guys. Peace.